A Bridge Too Far is a 1977 film directed by Richard Attenborough. This is written by William Goldman, based on A Bridge Too Far by Cornelius Ryan. And we have a cast including Sean Connery, Ryan O'Neill, Michael Caine, Laurence Olivier, John Ratzenberger's in it. And it's because of Ratzenberger that I became aware of this and wanted to watch this. And honestly, had it not been so long, I might have enjoyed it. But it was about an hour, at least an hour longer than it needed to be. It's about 3 hours, and honestly, there is no need for that. And there is generally this feeling, and I am generalizing, but there is this feeling that war films need to be really, really long. And that's usually not the case. And unfortunately, this is one of those occasions. There are a lot of scenes that are very, very slow, but there are also a lot of scenes that are very good. The camera work is gorgeous, particularly when we're in the vehicles. I think that was very, very well done, very smooth, very, very enjoyable. Basically, and I say basically because this is not something I knew about before watching the film, but it's set in 1944, and the Allies are trying to capture these bridges in the Netherlands to break German access. And as a concept, it's interesting enough. It taught me a few things, because while I've studied the Second World War at school and beyond on multiple occasions, there are many, many aspects of it, first of all, and certainly this is one of those that I knew absolutely nothing about. So I did learn some things, and that part of it I thought was quite interesting. The characters are fine. The characters are well written. I didn't really think one was better than the other, but the performances across the board are really good. The costumes look brilliant. The machinery looks great. Visually, it is stunning. As I said, very, very well filmed. Great camera work. Very, very atmospheric. And as a concept, it is an interesting subject for a film. But I did just find it to be so slow. Now, I will say it has 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb across 64,000 reviews and ratings. So it seems like a lot of people really thoroughly enjoy this film. So take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt. But to be honest, the only criticism I have is the length. And that's not to say that no film should be 3 hours, but there wasn't really any point where I felt like this really needed to be 3 hours. Maybe 2 hours at a push, and for me, that's still quite a long film. But I think 2 hours would have been reasonable. I could absolutely see that being the case. But it was definitely a lot longer than it needed to be. So I was kind of, well, I don't want to say I was waiting for it to finish, but certainly I was aware of the fact that I was spending 3 hours watching a film. And at no point did I really feel like it needed to be that long. And by the time I watched it, I thought, yeah, we definitely could have shaved off an hour here and there. Not any kind of specific chunk of time. It's not that I think maybe the entire middle shouldn't have been there or anything like that. But certainly there's a lot of room for cutting it up a little bit. So I didn't love the experience. But from a technical perspective, it does look great. We have some very atmospheric sound effects. The characters seem well enough written, but I didn't think any one was more interesting than the other. And the performances are very good. So I did learn some things. I'd love to know what you think of it, regardless of what your perspective is. But certainly, if it's something you know quite a bit about, I would love to know what you think of it from that perspective and whether it feels accurate or not. But for me, it felt atmospheric. It was interesting enough. It's way longer than it needs to be, but ultimately, A Bridge Too Far is not a bad film.